Hey everybody, welcome to Crack Pack Tuesday, number 145 on the Mana Leak. I'm John, as always, and we've got another pack of Masters 25, sponsored by City and longtime viewer. He's going to get every single card in here, maybe Mr. Jace. He's a sponsor of these packs. Going forward, starting April 1st, starting with Dominaria, which actually won't be there, but you do need to be a patron before April 1st to be eligible. I will be giving away the cards every week in Crack a Pack to one patron at the $5 level or more. So go on over there if you want to have a chance to get the cards each week on Crack a Pack Tuesday. You can check out the video 2 weeks ago for Crack Pack Tuesday for more information on that, or go on over to the Patreon. But we're going to open this, see what's in it, see what Sidian gets, and see what we would take pack one, pick one if this was a draft. Up first, from Rivals of Ixalan, is Dusk Legion Zealot. Dusk Legion Zealot is 1 and a black for a creature, Vampire Soldier. It's a 1/1. When Dusk Legion Zealot enters the battlefield, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. It's fine. We know it's fine. We've been playing with it for a few months now, but it's not a first pick. Up next is Thresher Lizard from Amonkhet. 2 and a red for a creature lizard. It's a 3/2. It gets +1/+2 as long as you have 1 or fewer cards in your hand, so it becomes a 4/4. It's fine. We played with this recently, but it's not a first pick. What about Renewed Faith? We've also played with it recently, although it is originally from Onslaught. 2 and a white for an instant. You gain 6 life, cycling for 1 and a white. When you cycle Renewed Faith, you may gain 2 life. There's no real home for this. There's no cycling deck exactly in Masters 25, and this card's just not really worth it. It's certainly not a first pick. Since that's our discussion, we can just kick it out of frame. Personally, I don't think you ever really play it ever. Up next from Theros is Returned Phalanx. Returned Phalanx is 1 and a blue for a creature zombie soldier. It's a 3/3. It's got Defender. Pay 1 and a blue. It can attack this turn, as though it didn't have Defender. This guy was always fine in in Theros, the block after Return to Ravnica. It was a 3/3 for 3, or sorry, 3/3 for 2. Blocks really, really, really well. And if you are blue-black, it can attack decently as well. It's not a high pick. It's very, very mid-pack at best, if not later, but it's an option, but it's not a first pick. Up next is Brainstorm. Brainstorm is a single blue mana from Ice Age. It's an instant. Draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. Brainstorm is good. It's not amazing in limited, though. It's amazing in constructed formats where you can shuffle the deck afterwards. So you can put away 2 garbage cards, 2 lands, shuffle the deck. Then there's 2 random cards on top, which are better than lands or garbage cards. It's still fine, though. I don't think I'd ever really first pick a Brainstorm, as much as I do love that new art. Yeah, I don't think I'd first pick it. Up next is Echoing Courage from some set, one of the Mirrodin sets, I believe. Is that like Dark Steel? 1 and a green for an instant. Target creature and all other creatures with the same name as that creature get +2/+2 until end of turn. If you're building like an insect deck with the Nantuko Brood something or others, this could work. If you're building a lot of spirits with like Promise of Brunei or something, this could work, I suppose. But otherwise, it's really just an overcosted giant growth. Not even giant growth, overcosted, underpowered giant growth most of the time. Certainly not a first pick. Up next is Haunted Fengraft. Haunted Fengraft is a land from Dark Ascension. Tap, add colorless to your mana pool. Pay 3 generic, tap it, sack it, return a creature card at random from your graveyard to your hand. It's okay. If you're, losing a bunch of creatures, maybe you're in the sacrifice deck, this gets 1 of them back, but the random just doesn't make this really worthwhile. So certainly never a first pick. Borrowing 100,000 Arrows is 2 and a blue for a sorcery. Draw a card for each tapped creature target opponent controls. This is okay. If you're playing a controlling deck and you want to draw a bunch of cards, this is the thing to do, but it does mean that your opponent attacked you for a bunch, which means they felt confident in attacking you for a bunch, which is a problem. This is a card that tries to get you back from behind. It's not that great when you're ahead. I'm not super sold on Borrowing 100,000 Arrows being that amazing, despite the awesome name and the flavor of it. Not a first pick for me. Up next is Noble Templar. Noble Templar is 5 and a white for a creature, Human Cleric Soldier. Kind of shocked that's a human. I never realized it was a human. 3/6 Vigilance with Plains Cycling for 2. So if you're splashing for white, this is a great pickup because you pay 2, go get your Plains. If you already have your Plains, you just cast this on turn 6. It's not amazing. It's a 3/6 Vigilance, so it's super overcosted for what it is, but that fixing is really good. But I'm never first picking it. What I am first picking is Manamore. Man of War from Visions is 2 and a blue for a creature Jellyfish. It's a 2/2. When Man of War enters the battlefield, return target creature to its owner's hand. One of the original bouncers, although Bouncer is the original Bouncer. I can't remember what type of Bouncer it was. But yeah, this card's just amazing. A 2/2 for 3 is overcosted, but, you know, you'd begrudgingly play it, I suppose. But bouncing a creature is just huge, potentially knocking off an enchantment or some counters or, you know, bouncing your own creature that has a pacifism on it. So much value, so much variation in what you can do with it. Easy first pick Man of War. Our first uncommon is Blightning. Blightning is 1 black-red for a sorcery. Blightning deals 3 damage to target player. That player discards 2 cards. So it's Mind Rot for, you know, ignoring the red Mind Rot's casting cost, and it also lightning bolts them. Blightning's pretty good. If you are playing black-red, which hopefully you're in that sacrifice deck that I love talking about, this card can just continue to hurt your opponent, make them discard cards, give you time to draw your sack outlets, etc. I'm a fan of Blightning. I think it's pretty solid. I would never first pick it. I would never jump into black-red because of this card, but if I'm already there, I'm happy to see a Blightning. Up next is Heavy Arbalist, the old crab combo. 3 generic mana for an artifact equipment from Scars of Mirrodin. Equipped creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. It sure is good that Crab untaps for a single blue mana. Equipped creature has. This creature deals 2 damage to target creature or player. Equip cost of 4. So you put this on your Horseshoe Crab. You tap it and deal 2 damage to your opponent or a creature or whatever you need to do. And then you pay a blue and untap it. And then you tap it and deal 2 damage. And then you pay a blue and untap it. And then you deal 2 damage. And you just do that over and over and over. That crab is such a good marksman. Heavy Arbalist is certainly a first pick in this format because of the crab combo. You do have to get the crab, or you have to build your own with Freed from the Real, but this is certainly a great way to get into it. Our final uncommon is Invigorate. Invigorate is 2 and a green for an instant. If you control a forest, rather than pay Invigorate's mana cost, you may have an opponent gain 3 life. Target creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn. So your opponent's gaining 3, but you're hopefully dealing 4 more to them. 4 more, or you could just pay the cost and deal 4 more to them. Yeah, this is a good pump spell, but the best pump spells aren't first picks. Our foil is an act of heroism. That's not terribly exciting. It's from Hour of Devastation. 1 and a white for an instant. Untap target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn and can block an additional creature this turn. Fine combat trick, not a first pick. Our rare is Pernicious Deed. Pernicious Deed is 1 black-green for an enchantment. Pay X, sacrifice Pernicious Deed. Destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment with converted mana cost X or less. This can be really good. This can just be a board wrath. You know, it can just completely wrath the board. Pay 5 or whatever and everything dies. Or, you know, if you're lucky, you've got 4 drops and 5 drops and your opponent has nothing but 3 drops or less. You pay 3 and you kill all of their stuff and you're pretty good to go. Yeah, Pernicious Deed is good. I would consider first picking it. I would strongly consider first picking it. Sucks that you're kind of pushed into black-green off of it, but there is fixing with the land cyclers and such. But it is a hard choice between the Arbalist Crab combo or Mana War. I don't know what I would take. I have yet to play the Crab combo, so I'm tempted to just take Heavy Arbalist and force it. Mana War is really good. Pernicious Deed, I honestly don't know what the correct pick here is. But I think I've got to go with Mana War. I just have to slightly give it the edge. But let me know what you would have taken. Would you have taken the Mana War? Would you have just forced Crab combo? Is Pernicious Deed good enough for you? Let me know in the comments below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter at @TheManaLeak. That's L-E-E-K, like the vegetable, not the card. You can also find me at Facebook.com/ShaManaLeak, Twitch.tv/ShaManaLeak, and Patreon.com/ShaManaLeak, where you can become a backer. If you are a backer at the $5 level or above before April 1st, you will be eligible to get the Dominaria Cracker Packs each week. So check that out. If you like the content, click that thumbs up button. Click subscribe if you want to see more. And if you do have questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next time.